And their whole point was the reason you cannot trust the Bible is because it advocates slavery. The second greatest miracle of the Old Testament was what? The Exodus. What's happening in the Exodus? God is delivering the Hebrew slaves from slavery in Egypt. Yes, that's right. There's slavery that's recorded. There's polygamy that's recorded. There's rape that's recorded. There's murder that's recorded. Never is the Bible saying these are good. Yeah. Rather, the Bible is helping people living in a corrupt, depraved culture learn how to deal with it. Got to read it. It says very clearly, if you kidnap someone and are caught with them in your possession or having gotten rid of them and sold them, you must be put to death. And you're caught with them in your possession as your slave, or you've sold them to somebody else, you're to be put to death. And over 50% of the people in the Roman Empire were slaves. Doctors were slaves, lawyers were slaves, business people were slaves. It was like indentured servants. Paul says, slaves, obey your masters. What he's doing is he's not saying that slavery is good, but he is saying, Christians, do not follow Spartacus and cause a slave rebellion in the Roman Empire, because that's really going to mess things up. Understand that freedom is best. How do you conclude that? Because Paul wrote a whole letter. It's at the back of the New Testament called the letter of Philemon. The whole point of the letter is, Philemon, you have a slave who ran away. I met him in prison. I led him to Jesus. I'm sending him back to you. But I ask you to accept him back no longer as a slave, but as a brother in Christ.